Friends, we're back for the second part of our Cyraxx Google reviews. Now, something really surprising happened while I was making this video, and I've stumbled across some real-time Cyraxx activity. I was nearly finished this video, and suddenly the location was deleted. So I went back to a rough recording I'd made of it a few weeks ago in mid-May, and realised that the location was completely different. I was making this video on Connies BBQ, but I had saved details of Cyraxx HQ in the same location. So what does this mean? It means the Chance is getting trolled via Google Maps, and that it's an ongoing thing that hardly anyone is aware of, as far as I can tell. You'll see from this video today that these can be particularly brutal, and after doing some digging, I found that the place has also been known as Skull Scratcher Barrow, Skull Scratchers Incorporated, Skull Scratcher World, Skull Scratcher Bathhouse, Skull Scratcher Smoke Shop, and Transgender Surgery Clinic. As far as I can tell, this has been going on since at least February 2023, so God only knows how many of these have just sadly been lost to time. Now onto the main attraction. We're onto Connies BBQ, which you can see is labelled as a soup kitchen. Most of you are probably asking, well, what does that mean? What's Connies BBQ? This is really mean. This one's brutal, guys. Cyraxx's mother's name was Connie. She was living in a mobile home and had an accident with her stove, set the mobile home on fire, and she died in those flames. So the troll that has set this up is just like utter brutality. So we're going to see some references to Connie, and we're going to see some references to the state of her cooking. I'm sorry to tell you that. If you're a little bit sensitive about that, it's I thought it was only fair to give you some warning. Where the MBM Temple had a perfect 5-star score, Connies BBQ has 3.1 stars out of 8 reviews. So you can tell that people aren't quite sure, do we say 5 stars for the lols or 1 star because of how we feel about Cyraxx? I'm not really sure myself. The first of our 8 reviews. Terrible restaurant. The plates aren't sanitary. I was served what I was told was a pepperoni pizza, but it was mouldy, looked to have scabs in it, and instead of sauce, there was some kind of sludge-like substance. When I called the waiter to send it back, this goblin-like creature with a crooked nose grabbed the pizza and screamed, "I'm still standing, Fitch," and told me to run my car instead of my mouth. The establishment still made me pay for my food despite the fact that it was stolen, and they charged 50% gratuity. They said it was to pay for the Goblin's internet sludge and hot pockets. I called the health department and spoke to a health inspector named Marty, who's working on getting the place shut down and having animal control wrangle the Goblin. By the way, why is a barbecue serving pizza in the first place? I mean, they've got the ovens. I don't have a problem with that. Pizza's a good choice. And with a photo of the sludge pizza. I gotta say, the food served here was certainly some to die for. My only complaints are that I feel like the food served specifically on September 21st, 2007 was the absolute peak quality when the house fire broke out, and they haven't matched it since. Oh my god, guys. The effort that has gone into these couple of lines, the to die for line, the specific date, and even the pun on matched. They haven't matched it. These people want to sink the boot into Cyraxx. This is brutal. I love the roasted Connie stuffed special barbecue hot pockets on this menu, with a little pinch of ash salt, a rather rare kind of salt. God damn it. I did not like the goblin-like waiter. I didn't tip this guy because he tried to grope my adopted son of African descent. After I called the goblin-like waiter out, he started going crazy and called my adopted son a N-word boy. 0 stars. But the food is to die for though. God. Despite Goblin yelling and the odour of cheap pot, barbecue and free chairs, yes please, should be called a sludge kitchen instead of a soup kitchen, the Goblin gave me diarrhea. 4.3 stars, the barbecue is to die for. I mean, good one, the joke's already been done. But yeah, that's good. And finally, good eating. So that ends the Connies BBQ section. Now we rewind time back to May and to Cyraxx HQ, which is a nightclub. Upon entry, I was immediately confronted by an exceptionally small, googly-eyed goblin/human hybrid in a samurai costume. He called me N-word boy, then put on a plastic crown and threw his head back in what could only be described as autistic screeching. About this time, an elderly woman told me to leave him alone and stop harassing him. She gave him a plate of Hot Pockets and he scuttled up the stairs, leaving a trail of spittle behind. I immediately hit it off with Ed. Roy, though? He seemed to be the most normal of the bunch. I almost felt bad for his situation. He has the suffering in silence thing about him. We talked about weather together. Then he said, "Forecast, we chillin'," and cracked open a few beers for us. On the way out, I told the elderly woman to say goodbye to Ed. Roy? For me. She scowled at me and said, "Ed has been dead for 3 months. Who did I hang out with? Is Ed alive? We don't really know. Rest in peace, Ed?" I came to the Ed Memorial concert with my wife and 14-year-old son. A wild goblin appeared and groped my son. But there was this great man called Marty who took the Goblin out of the memorial venue and beat him up, and since that day he became a hero of Akron, Ohio, prevented a minor getting SA'd. I took my son to the local doctor, Dr. Root, in the neighbourhood and said my son wasn't hurt at all. Thank you, Marty, for saving my child from lifelong trauma. And we have responses from the administrator. I'm sorry you had this experience. We strive for our Goblin to give only the most exemplary service. Please accept our sincere apology. We hope that you consider giving our establishment a second opportunity. Just let Sally know that the heretic sent you and receive a complimentary N-boy table service. Showed up expecting it to be dead, but it was mildly going off like a mousetrap. Then one of the employees, this little bald guy, kinda looked like a goblin, started to harass customers and telling everyone he's a famous DJ or something. He was calling everyone slurs. The manager that did come down, I think his name was Ed, said he would talk to the owner Sally, but I don't think it'll happen. Oh, it definitely happened. Your feedback is not only valued, it's also appreciated. Very good place to shoot through the attic windows, one of my favourite pastimes. We aim to please, so feel free to take aim at the attic again soon. Thank you so much for your positive review. I came here to see a concert once, but this weird goblin thing emerged from the house. The Goblin is a fixture of the venue. Please feel free to call ahead and we will ensure he is stationed in the attic. I have no idea who this troll is, but he is a very community-minded person, that's for sure. I came to hear the DJ play his single, Street Racing Scene. However, when he arrived, he refused to sing or dance, then told the audience to leave him and his family alone. I would not recommend this venue to anyone. RIP Big Ed. Gone, but not forgotten. Unfortunately, this location is gone for good, but who knows? There might be another landmark popping up in future. Let's keep an eye on it. This video is brought to you by Cyraxx. Says T-shirt. The greatest fashion trend in Akron, Ohio can now be yours, as you wear the face of the greatest musician of all time with pride. Check out the link in the description. And keep your eyes peeled. Make sure to like and subscribe because we will be looking at World of T-shirts very soon. Thanks everyone. Until next time, stay classy and I will be speaking to you soon.